In this video, we're going to take a look at how to import a DXF file into PartNester that has been created from another CAD program like VCarve Pro or Rhino or AutoCAD or any other CAD package that you might have. So we're going to start with looking at VCarve Pro. We have a basic wall cabinet side that is generated with a few features: the perimeter cut, some hinge holes, shelf holes, and a dado for the back. All of these features are separated onto their own layer. The back dado could be seen by right-clicking and select the vectors, the shelf holes selecting there, and we could also see that the hinge holes are all on their own individual layers. In exporting out of VCarve Pro or a CAD program that does not have a depth that you're able to assign to the drawing or a Z level, the layer names is how we are going to determine how deep to cut a particular feature. So once the cabinet is laid out or the cabinet part is laid out, we will go to File, Export DXF. We'll give it a name. My right side, and then go ahead and save. And let's just go ahead and make one more change just so we can see and have a different cabinet part. I'm going to remove the hinge holes and the back dado. Going to File, Export DXF, and it is the same, but we're just going to call that my right side 2 and save. We can now come over into PartNester, the nesting program that comes with Cabinet Parts Pro, and we are able to import this in two ways. One is going to File, Open, or right-clicking and selecting Import DXF. The right-click is a way to import one DXF at a time, and once we import it, we are presented with a dialog box that is asking us the back dado, what is the cutting depth of this? So the back dado, I want to be 3/8 of an inch deep. I'm going to go ahead and select OK. Then it's asking for shelf holes. How deep do we want the shelf holes to be? Let's go 0.5, and we'll say OK to that. And hinge holes, same thing, 1/2 inch deep, and we will say OK. Now notice it did not ask me how deep to go with the perimeter cut. The reason for that is I have previously imported a DXF drawing that also has a cut layer that is already associated with it, so it already knows what depth to make that. We're able to see that depth by clicking on the part and looking in the bounding size, and we can see that that is -3/4. The dado for the back is a -375, and we're ready to calculate and nest. So to calculate and nest this, just go into Tools and then Nest. Brings that part in. We could now, same as we did originally, right-click, Import DXF, and we'll go ahead and select the My 2 and say Open, and there is the part without the dado and the shelf holes. We could again nest this by going to Tools, then Nest. That lays that out. So that is one way to import DXF files. Another way is just going to go to File, New to create a new blank job. Going to File, Open, using the drop-down box to select DXF files. And here we could do a multiple select. I could select more than one DXF file by holding the Shift key down or the Control key down to select more than one. So we have the 2 DXF files that we just exported out of VCarve Pro. Selecting Open. Nothing appears to happen, but the parts were loaded. All we have to do now is go to Tools and then Nest. That then nests each part in on its own layers, and again, this time it did not ask us about the depths. because it knows and remembers the answers to the question that was asked when we first went to import. So again, once they are here, everything else is handled exactly the same way it is when the parts are created natively. We could also, once we have the job and nested, again, import DXF, selecting the file, then open, and it creates a part with that DXF drawing. And to get a nest, again, tools, then nest. Hopefully this is going to be of some help. Ask any questions or let me know what you think.